How's it going, guys? Welcome again to another Boss Vlog videos. Today I'll be introducing to my channel my Acura RSX, or other known as the Honda Integra DC5. Without further ado, let's go. Alright guys, so this right here is my 2002 Acura RSX, or otherwise known as the Honda Integra. Here in North America, Honda has a luxury brand called Acura, and so this is one of the luxury brands, or it's under the luxury brand, so it's an Acura RSX, but it's still the same chassis code, DC5. I've had the car for like 2 years or so, almost 3 years. I purchased it sometime in 2018. Actually, it's just 2 years then. So yeah, it was all stock when I got it. It's a Type S model, because they released two models here in North America. It's a RSX base model and RSX Type S. So the RSX base model gets the 5-speed manual or 5-speed automatic, and the Type S model only gets the 6-speed manual. So this right here, I've modified it a little bit. I don't consider it crazy since it only has a stock motor, and this car's a little bit interesting. So when I bought this, this car is a 2002, so the 2002 to 2004 RSX Type S gets the K28-2, which makes about 200 horsepower. But for some reason, my car has the K20Z1, which is on the 2005-2006 Acura RSX. They call it the Cookie edition, which is the facelift. So pretty much in the 2005-2006, the rear bumper and the rear taillights are changed, and the front bumper and the front headlights were changed. It's just a slight change they did. So if you see the dimple on the lower part of the headlight, they just eliminated that in the Cookie edition, and they redesigned the bumper a little bit. Same with the taillight. So they just eliminated the dimple right there on the bottom part and redesigned the rear bumper a little bit. So like I said, this has the K20Z1 motor for some reason when I bought it. I'm not complaining, because although I was wondering why, I'm not complaining because the K20Z1 has 210 horsepower. That's what the paper says, and the K20A2 gets 200 horsepower, so I get 10 more ponies. But I was also curious why, and the owner said, well, that's the original motor, blah blah blah. I mean, I didn't really buy it if he said he's the original owner and original motor. Obviously that's not the original motor, but that's fine. So yeah, so this was stock when I bought it, and along the way, I kind of modified it a little bit, aesthetically mostly. I haven't really touched the motor that much. Oh, actually I did touch the motor, because it had 3 bent valves on the intake side and 3 valve guides that were busted, so I had to fix those. But then I already addressed it, and so pretty much right now it has the that's actually an APR wing. It's a carbon fiber, but I bought it used. The guy who owned it for me painted it black, but that's carbon fiber. But that's not for the RSX. That wing is for an Evo 8 and 9. So that's for a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 8 and 9. So I just modified it. So see the bracket in the bottom. It's modified to fit my chassis. It has I think that's a Kakimoto exhaust. So that's not a knockoff exhaust. That's not from eBay. That's a Japanese made exhaust. I added the rear lip. That's a Type R original rear lip. Shout out to Checkered Sports, Raul Ramirez. That's where I got it from. Same with the side skirt. That's an original DC5 Type R side skirt, and the rear lip right here. And right now it's sitting on Evo 9 MR BBS forged wheels, and so let me see. It should say Forge somewhere. Let's look for it. Yep, right there. See, it says Forge right there. So that's an original BBS from an Evo 9 MR. And oh yeah, I also have a Brembo swap. So if you see that, that's a Brembo. Front and rear from a DC5 Type R. Pretty much I didn't just replace the rotor and the caliper. I also replaced the knuckle, the control arm, front and rear. So pretty much it's a front and rear DC5 Type R swap. The front lip, I did not buy an original one. That's just an eBay replica because I figured if I don't want to spend that much for a lip, especially in the front, because sometimes you hit it and it breaks. So I just put in replica there. But that's an exact copy of the original one. But the side skirts and the rear lip are original. I just painted it to match my car. So this one came black because it's a replica. That came from a white DC5 Type R, and the rear lip was from a blue DC5 Type R, and I just painted it. So I actually debadged this one from Acura, and well, I debadged it myself, but I swapped the emblems from Acura to Honda. So that's a genuine Acura. I'm sorry, that's a genuine Honda logo in the front and the rear. So let me see. So yeah, the logo there, right there, the emblem is original Honda. It's original. This one's a copy though, although I have the original one at home, but I just left this here and I'm just gonna replace that when it probably, weathers out. I have some custom license plate that I have made. The headlights are DC5 Type R copies. I have the original DC5 Type R headlights at home. They're HID from factory, but I got this one ahead than the original Type R ones, and I already installed this one, so I just left it there, and I'm just gonna replace it with the real ones. Maybe when it hits with a stone and it cracks, or so I'm just gonna put it there. I mean, you don't really see the difference. The only thing you can tell that that's a copy compared to the original one I have at home, because on the bottom part of the lens there, usually if it's a Honda, it would have like a Honda engraved there from the inside or stamping. This one doesn't say that. I think it says Fiberg or whatever that is. Fiberg. So that's not the original one. The other mods I did, it's pretty much just intake. I still have the original intake, but this one has the engine intake. It's a carb legal, so every time I smog it, it's fine. I'll show you the engine bay in a few. Actually, I didn't drive this car for like, I'd say 5 months or 6 months. I just parked it. I usually just drive this one very sparingly. I usually just use it when I autocross. But I actually have the original Type R wing too. I got it from my buddy up in Reno, Jason Brown. It came from a black Type R. I usually have it here, but for some reason I switch it with the APR. I also have the original DC5 Type R wheels. I have the white version and the gray version. I just put on these BBS for now. I'm pretty much just experimenting how the car looks. I like it better with the Type R look, like just the square looking wing right there and the Type R wheels. But I had these parts, so I was experimenting them. It looks okay, I guess. So let me see. Here's the interior. I haven't really cleaned it out that much, so I have the Type R sticker there. I have the Type R door sill. That's the original from a Integra Type R. I have the Integra Type R Black Edition door card. I have the Integra Type R center console. That's original from a Type R DC5. Also with the shift knob right there. That's a original Type R. You can see the scratches that have been used. Yep, when you come into my car, that's the rule of the car. You have to get in, shut up, and hold on. Alright, so of course that's the glove box. This is the original seats. They're comfortable. They have the side airbags. I don't know who made them. I'm not sure if it's Recaro that made them. I have to check. But in the back here, I got some Carbo seats. I don't know how you pronounce that. But I have that there. I'm gonna install it in this car maybe on my next event of the autocross to keep me more planted on the seat, because it's like driving a motorcycle. Your butt's sideways as well when you're doing like a decent speed on a corner. The trunk space is really good. It has like a hatchback style, so the glass comes up with it. Right now it's a little bit messy. There's a lot of my stuff here, like the radiator hoses, a brand new pack right here. I have a Sparco slider, and this is I think this is a Bride. Yeah, this is a Bride rail for my Corbo seat right there. This is just a frost guard windshield protector when it's winter time. This is just my Castrol Edge oil, which I usually use. Just some performance or whatever this is. Oh, it's just like a intake cleaner and stuff like that. My little toolbox. This is my spare coolant and spare transmission fluid and oil stabilizer. When I go to the racetrack, I always bring some extra stuff. I think that's it for the, actually the rear seat fold 50-50, folds down if you want more space. I've actually hauled a lot of stuff in this car. I've hauled some wheels, a bumper, stuff like that. I might be missing some stuff, but this is just an impromptu video. So I have like I said, a door sill. The door card is from the Type R. I have a Type R steering wheel. This is original. I have two of these. So this is my, no fucks given kind of steering wheel. It's really old and has some battle scars already. But this original from Type R. See, it says Momo. The bottom right here. Momo. And it has a red badge and it's black. I forgot to put the plastic cover here. It's also black from a Type R. Oh, I also have the push start button from Integra Type R that I put in that's original. And my cluster is an Integra Type R as well. If you can see the logo right there, it's original. So that's right there. So I'll probably show you the hood right now, or not the hood, under the engine bay. Just little things like I put a Honda Verno sticker there. Let's see. Open up the hood. Okay. All right. So yeah. So pretty much stock. Got a spoon valve cover. This is a Greddy or Giretti. I don't know how you pronounce that. I think it's a Greddy. If it's not mistaken. See a Greddy sway bar that I added on top of the original. So there's already an original strut bar here. See the black one? It goes to the body. So from the shock tower to the body of the car, it goes to the other side. And for some reason I was able to fit another one just from strut tower to strut tower. That was cool. This is what the intake I was telling. You know what? It doesn't really make a lot of power. It just looks a little better. But so this is a short ram intake. I also have the cold air intake, which routes directly from there. It shoots down under the battery, and it would stop about right here. I just changed it with the short ram because I'm scared of hydro locking the motor. So, but honestly, I might just put back the original one because that's prone for heat soaking. Because how the K motors are designed, intake here, headers there, and look, headers, intake. That's stupid. Hot air going into your motor you would want more cold air. That's why they invented the cold air intake that goes here. So I might be putting back the original airbox, or buy the Mugen one, or Mugen, I don't know, Mugen I think how you or Mugen, I don't know if I pronounce that really well, but yeah, it basically is a regular box here that routes up here and sucks air from outside directly. I got some spoon stocks here, nothing crazy. Motor, I wouldn't say that it's really modified. The only thing I changed when I fixed it from having the 3 bent valves, I ordered, I'm not sure if it's Ferrea or Supertech, but my valves are flat. They're not the dome shape that has like a pocket, so it's a flat surface valve. I also replaced the valve guides, the spring and retainers if I'm not mistaken too. So I don't think you would consider that really as a joke, because that's just minor stuff. So yeah, so this is a K20 Z1. It's really identical to the K20 A2, but this has 10 more horsepower. It's just 7 horsepower shy from the Type R, because I think the Type R from Japan has 217 horsepower. So I'm actually gonna be doing some errands today, so I might just tag you along for a little joyride or cruise. Alright, so we're gonna go have a little joyride. Well, it's not really joyride. I'm gonna do some errands today, so I'll tag you along. So let's go. Been good so far. I've only had 2 incidents where I had to have the car pretty much towed by a tow truck. The first incident was my clutch master cylinder, for some reason at that time, decided to give out. So the Acura designed the clutch for this car to be kind of like smooth or like soft when you depress the clutch. So they put like a relief valve on it. It's like a triangular plate with 3 bolts. But I guess in time they just, you know, lose their strength. And for mine, actually one of the bolts snapped. And so I lost all the pressure, pretty much, have no clutch. So I was actually going on my way to work that day, if I remember. So I had to call work and tell them that, you know, I have to have the car towed back home and pick up my other car, since nobody could pick me up that day because everybody was at work already. So that was the first. That was the first incident. The second one was, this is very rare, but it happened to me. This is a 5 lug car, so 5 lug nuts. For some reason, I'm pretty sure I tightened them all, but 3 of the lug studs snapped off, so it had only 2 lugs left. So it was vibrating, and it was just in time for me to stop. The other lug snapped off, I believe, and then there was only 1 lug left to hold the wheel. So, I mean, I did not crash because I noticed the steering wheel was vibrating violently. Well, not really that violent, but it was shaking. It was not normal, I could tell. So I had to pretty much try to assess the situation. And so, yeah, of course, at that time, the car is not really safe to run. Imagine 5 lug car, you know, you just end up having 1 lug. So I had to have that towed, and that was the right timing because I already bought the Brembo brakes from a Type R. So that was the right time for me to swap the brakes too. That's why I have the Brembo brakes now. The car runs good. I mean, it's a Honda. It's reliable. It does seat 4 people, but I don't really recommend big people sitting in the back chair because it's kind of tight. Reminds me of our Mitsubishi Eclipse in the Philippines. Maybe kids could sit there, and small people, but I don't think they'd be happy and comfortable to sit there. Plus the headroom, how the glass is designed, it's slanted, you know, at a certain angle that's really awkward and kind of hits your head almost. And so, yeah, it's a 4-seater car, but pretty much with a regular sized adult, you know, driver and passenger in front would be sitting comfortably rather than the people in the back. Those are the only issues I've had with the car, other than when I bought it, the valves were bent, and I guess the previous owner did not specify it to me, because I had to drive almost 3 hours to pick up the car from the house. And you know what? I've always wanted to have a DC5 or car, because one, it has a K20 motor, and it's a newer car, and you know, it also looks good. So I bought the car anyway. Well, actually, when I bought it, it did not start showing the misfire, so it was weird. But when I was driving home, probably like halfway, it started kind of like chugging a little bit, so it almost sounded like the Subaru, and I was like, well, that's weird, this isn't supposed to sound that way. So the following day I ordered, you know, parts, not really parts, but you know, stuff for maintenance, like spark plugs, engine oil filter. The coil packs are still good. I tested them, so they're fine. I did not change that. And oh, actually no. Although I did not change it that day, I still ordered new ones, because I was trying to eliminate if it's one of the culprit. So right after I changed everything, even the new packs, it was still misfiring, and it was specific to cylinder 2. And so I decided to tear the motor down, and that's when I found, first thing I found was the valve guides that pokes out a little bit near the head of the near the tip of the valves were chipped, and I was like, well, that's a sign of bent valves for sure. So I had it redone. I had the head redone. I found this local shop here that tunes race engines, and so, you know, I was comfortable with him fixing the head, and it turned out great. It runs fine. I'll do a little pull later when I see a stretch road near Mexico, and where there's less traffic, or like a back road, so I'll try to look for one later. So yeah, I dailied the car before for like almost a year, and then when I started joining the autocross, I kind of made it more dedicated to, not really dedicated, but I just want to use it during autocross. Also, I just want to cruise most of the time when I'm driving to and from work and to and from school, because I have a different car that's automatic. It's a Honda Fit, and also the Nissan 350Z is automatic for now, but it won't be for too long, because I already bought manual parts for it. But anyway, so yeah, actually, the one thing I would say that I noticed that I don't like is how the steering a little bit, because it's using a McPherson strut design, not the double wishbone. I would prefer the double wishbone setup. I do know that there's a fine-tune the steering of this car. I mean, it's not horrible, but if I compare it to my old Honda Civic and even the 350Z, they just handle better than the McPherson, if you ask my opinion. So I'm gonna correct this soon. I'm gonna do further research on what good setups are nice to put on the McPherson strut configuration in the front. So pretty much the car handles okay. It's not fast, but it's quick, and it just well, VTEC. I'm not really a crazy fan of VTEC, but for some reason VTEC just gives a smile on my face. Every time the cam lock changes, you know, it just makes me smile. So let's try to do a pull. I'm gonna buy some Starbucks. I'm a little thirsty. Then I'll do the errands my mom wants me to do. So I'll just tag you along. Starbucks right now, so probably just put a little bit of a time lapse of this thing. People are hauling ass. Damn. Well, I do hope they start moving now. Oh, yep, somebody turned. I'm just gonna pause the video right now, and I'll get back to you later. How's it going, guys? I forgot to make an outro earlier for my video, so I pretty much just did some errands and I went home. I arrived like around, say like half an hour ago or so. You can see my Starbucks is already almost consumed. So I'll see you guys in the next video. You stay safe and have a good day. Please like, share, and subscribe. Peace.